Hello, everybody. I'm Aurora Campbell, Business Director at the IAPC&M, and I'm delighted to announce that the powerhouse of a woman, Kayla Burch, is our new face of America. She's the US ambassador for the IAPC&M because she is the accredited fellow coach, mentor, and course training creator. So we couldn't have picked a more qualified, more experienced person to have this very prestigious role. So hello and welcome, Kayla.
Oh, thank you so much. I am so excited to talk about this. This is something that is truly lighting me on fire. So I'm excited to have this conversation.
And it happened so super fast, didn't it?
It
We
did.
just had a little chat on Zoom, and it was like, because you're a fire starter, I want to do this. You've got lots of ideas. We had brainstorming. Lots of good things are going to come out of these conversations we'll be sharing with the audience later. But what do you think initially is the reason why you wanted to take this role, and what do you bring to the table, Kayla?
Yeah, so it's really funny. As you were talking, I had this remembrance of something my mom always said about me. She would always say, if everyone goes right, I can guarantee Kayla's going to turn left. Like, I know that that's exactly what's going to happen. She will not follow the crowd. She will not go the direction that everybody else is going. And that's how I basically live my life. Like, is always questioning why everyone's doing what they're doing. And that doesn't mean I just am overtly, defiant to everything, but I do like to question, why are people doing it that way, and is there another way, and is that way potentially better, maybe better for the masses, or at least better for a few, and how do we create that? So that's how I look at this opportunity, is like, whether it's massive for the, or better for the masses, or better for the few, like, how do we create a different way? How do we create more awareness and this expansion on this amazing accrediting body that really lights people up and gives them the authority and the just truly the level of mentorship and acknowledgement that they need and that they want and that they have access to, in a way. So that's kind of like briefly sums up what I'm excited about, and how I see this going is really starting that fire for people who want to become that very holistic coach and actually have the authority and the accreditation to back it.
And you've mentioned authority a couple of times. I think that's a really important point, Kayla, and we will talk about it more, I'm sure. But in the US, there is no sensitivity around keywords like accreditation, institute, authority. Anybody can set themselves up as that. But the International Authority for Professional Coaching and Mentoring has got that protected word in its title. And it's a government protected word because we've been doing this since 1998. So we're the only accreditation body approved by the British Industry Ombudsman. And that's, I think, a fundamental difference. The message that we have to get across, that country specific, international, and European accreditation bodies don't necessarily have the authority to call themselves or place themselves. And it's all about perception, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about perception. Anyone here could be a coach, right? You read two self-help books and you talk to your friend one time and you're a coach now. And so
Yeah.
that's where it's getting really foggy, and that's getting really foggy for the client experience too. They don't know who to pick. They don't know who's actually qualified. They think of just a generic certification is honestly something that matters, but that could have been a 2 hour, 1 hour workshop that they went to, and now they call themselves a certified coach. And so that's why I think that this level of accreditation is important. And I think that the user experience too, from client wise, they're seeing it. They're starting to be like, they don't take it serious anymore. There's no integrity in the coaching industry in the US. And it's starting to crumble in that way. So it's like, how do we bring that back? And how do we make it where we, as a body of coaches, require this? We don't need the government to tell us that we need to have required for, to have a type of accreditation and a board and a level of ethics that we follow. As a body, we can step into that. And I think that's kind of where I want to start to train and educate people on of how important this is to stand out and to become that person that you're the go-to expert in your field because you've done that work and you've taken that extra step to be able to back it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it's not just for coaches, it's also about accreditation bodies. Who are the real authorities? Who core business is accreditation. They're not also plugging their training courses or their mentoring programs or whatever. They are pure accreditation, and that's what they're an authority in. And that's another message I think we need to get across right across the whole world, but the US also.
Yeah, absolutely. I did my coaching certification, the first round, sold out, like absolutely sold that thing out super quick. It wasn't accredited yet. Now, when I went to go for my second round, I had some people and things like that, but it was much more crickets. And why was that? Because I was now stepping out of my immediate, like, really warm, hot circle to my warm leads to my just outside of that. I was stepping outside of that and I was going out to the masses. And the masses are like, who's Kayla Burch? Like, what, why would I listen to her? Why would I train from her? Even though I know I'm an expert and I'm skilled, other people don't. And there's a good reason why they shouldn't trust that. There's a good reason why they shouldn't just trust my name and what I say. Like there needs to be something that backs that. And now I can say, no, this is accredited from the IAPC&M, an internationally accredited coach program, or, program for coaches and accrediting courses. That gives me something. Well, I don't have to just speak for myself. And that's what you need when you just get outside of that, like, hot, warm, mild, tepid
Yeah,
clients.
yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right, because I'm always saying to people who are talking to me about adding coaching to their skill set, I'm saying get properly trained, get insured if your country offers insurance, get independently accredited. Don't get accredited by the training company, because that's like marking your own homework. It's got to be independent. And start writing your book. It doesn't have to be a tome, just 90 pages in 90 days is quite sufficient. The publishers and the public love a series, and you've ticked all those boxes. You've got 2 books, you're a speaker, you've got years and years of credibility, testimonials and experience, and you're accredited. So that's why you're such a welcome addition to our team.
Yes, I'm excited for it.
Mm. So anybody listening who actually wants to speak to somebody who has gone through the accreditation process, who has created a training program that's gone through the accreditation process, who is stateside, Kayla's your woman. So any final words, Kayla?
I'm just excited for this, and I'm just ready to get a group of trained and qualified authority builders here in the US. So anyone wants to have that conversation, let's chat.
Yeah, look forward to it. Thank you.